So once I hit stop recording, it opens up to my Screencastify, and then I've renamed it up here. So now my video is saved in my, if I go and look into my Screencastify videos, I can scroll down and I can find the one I just renamed. It should be here, Brooks R test recording. There it is. That's the one that I just made. So I have it open there. There it is. But I know that I messed up. I was coughing and I said the wrong name, and I want to delete some stuff. I want to trim it up. I want to edit it. So here is open in editor. So I can open up open in editor, and it has my clip here. Oh, remember this is down here, so I can hide this because I know I can turn off my things, but I'm not going to hide it. I'm going to go ahead and hide it because I know it's Alt Shift R. It stops my recording when I'm done. So it's loading my recording. This is where we're editing it now. We're going into editor. Going into editor, going into editor. Yeah, there it is. So here's my video clip down below, and it shows my whole video clip. Hide those things. Dang it, coughing again. I hate it. So I've got my clip here. Now I want to go and edit some stuff out. Over here is my zoom bar, zooming in and out. If you have a mouse, it's easier to do stuff, to scroll back and forth on my mouse. The scroll button, so you can go check one out at the school there. But if you don't, you can still use your touchpad. I can zoom in and out, and that's how the video clip itself. So when I'm zoomed all the way out, I can see the entire video clip. So when I select it, it's all yellow. That's a key thing. Notice when it's yellow, I have the whole video clip selected. And then I can go back and I can play this thing. So I can click anywhere on the timeline. This is a timeline up here, and I can play it. And I can use the pause, the space bar is the pause and to play, or I can click here and pause and play. So I go back and I play this thing. When I started it, I'm going to start back in the beginning. So I'm listening to the video. I'm looking for spots that I want to get rid of. Sounds familiar. Okay, so we saw all that stuff there. Let's go farther down in the video. I'm going to find something that I want to get rid of. Okay, here we go. So I know there's a part here. There we go. Okay, so I want to get rid of that part. It said the wrong name, right? So and there's a little small part I want to get rid of there. So I'm going to zoom in on this because when I'm closer, it's easier to edit. So I'm on this part here. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and come back. Okay, so let's go back on it. As soon as I say the first name, okay, boom, right there. So I know that right around this spot here, I want to chink something out of that. So I'm going to select the clip, make sure that it's yellow. It's yellow now, and I'm going to cut it. So it cuts it into two separate clips. And then I'm going to play that. Okay. And back over here somewhere, I can go ahead and I'm going to maybe this spot here, highlight the clip again. It's yellow, and I'm going to cut that there. So now I've got a clip here in the middle that I could just delete if I want to get rid of the whole thing. So I can just go ahead and select it. Now it's yellow there, and I can hit the backspace, the delete key. And now when I play this, there we go. So I got rid of the whole section where I said the wrong thing. So I'm going to undo it. So now I've got that clip back so I can play it. Okay, there we go. So that part there in the middle, delete it. And now when I play it, there we go. Got rid of the section that was bad. So if you're doing your recording and you mess up on a word, don't worry about it. Just keep going or redo it, that part, say it again. And then when you come back in the edit part, you can cut that part out. It's pretty cool. Now, other things. Let's say that I'm doing stuff here. There's a bunch of things to do to play in this. Okay, so let's go down a little bit farther. I think I have, okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, right there. So right here, I said Alt Shift R. So I want to remind people that it's Alt Shift R. So I can add a text box. I can add text right here, and I can say it's the Alt plus the Shift plus the R. There we go. So Alt Shift R. And that's kind of small and it blends in with all the other letters up there. So I'm going to make it kind of look bigger, and I'm going to make it large and in charge, and I'm going to center it, and it's over the middle of the screen. Let's put it down at the bottom of the screen so I can edit this and put it at the bottom. So there we go. So I've changed some things. So now that text is down at the bottom of the screen. So, and you can see this bar here shows how long that it's going to be on the screen. So if I scroll back here on the timeline again, click up there and I play it. Okay, so you saw that the text appears here at the bottom, and I can move that around. So if I play this, boom, and it pause it right there. And say I want this to come up a little bit earlier, so I'm going to move it back a little bit, and I don't want it to be up there as long, so I'm going to go ahead and shorten that up so I can move this stuff around and play with it. And now when I play it, there we go. So that appears in the screen. Now I know it's also up here on the screen, so maybe I want to zoom in on that part. That would be so cool. That would be just really cool. So I'm going to select the clip. And I'm going to move my cursor. Let's move a cursor back up here a little bit. So this is on my timeline, back here somewhere. And I'm going to add me a zoom. This is this zoom button here. So I'm going to add a zoom button. And it says, what do I want to zoom in on? So I know that it said the start and stop recording is right up here. So I'm going to zoom in on this thing so that it gets really close. Okay, start, stop recording. Boom, boom. I like that. All right, so that's zooming way in. And it tells me when I want to, it says over here, what 0.5, 0.5. So zooming in and zooming out, I can speed that up or slow it down. So I'm adding a zoom thing to this. So I hit enter, or sorry, click back here. All right. And now when I go ahead and play this, boom, zooms in, boom, zooms out. That is just too cool. That was just too cool. Now, when I go back here, I can go ahead and I say, you know what? It's got a zoom there. And here's my text. So I'm zooming in and I'm zooming in on the text. You can see as I scrub through here, it shows what it's going to look like. So that is just too cool that I can do text and zooming in. Do you have any questions on that? No? So there's just a couple of things. The big key things here, as I'm saying, is always look for this yellow bar when you have it selected so that I know that I have, thanks Mason, Landon, Lucas, Kens, awesome. So make sure you have this selected. It's yellow. Um, Cropping, if I want to crop things, I can crop different things. So let's say that I'm down here or up in the beginning here. I can select again and I can add a cropping tool. Now that will crop everything that is highlighted. So it's doing my whole clip. Well, now hold off. I don't want to crop everything. So nope, done. I'm not going to do that. I just want to crop a little portion here. So I can cut it into several sections. So I can put a cut here, and then I can go ahead and select there and do another cut there. So that should, oh, what happened? Didn't it cut it? Oh, there it is. So I've got two cut marks. Well, that was weird. Oh, because I didn't have it selected. Remember, it's got to be selected. So let's say I'm here, select that there, and where my cursor is, when I cut, it should cut it there. It looks like my Screencastify is not working right because when I cut this, it should cut it into multiple clips. And it doesn't look like it's cutting it. It's not, because if you cut it, it should make it a cut mark. When you do that, it will cut it. So I'm going to have to it looks like it's not, it's acting up. So when you cut it, then you would have several different clips. And now then I could go ahead and I could add things to that section. So you want to split your clips up into individual sections before you do cropping, zooming in, adding your text, things like that. And then you can trim them down. So a couple different things in there. I've got a video that I'm going to put up there that you can do. The biggest thing is record in full screen, and then you can come in and edit it. Now, once I'm done editing, this is very important. I can export it. Now, when I export it, I have two options. If I export to MP4, that's going to download it to my computer, and then I'm going to have a video clip that I can do whatever I want with. And if I export to Google Drive, then it's going to put a link in my Google Drive to that video, and it's going to put it in with my Screencastify videos. So I would choose export to Google Drive, because then you can go and you can do whatever you want with the clip, and it's not stored on one device. It's up in the cloud in your Google Drive. So I go export to Google Drive, and I want to edit this. I want to name it now. So it's going to be Brooks_R, and it's going to be edited 12:1. Edited clip, and I'm going to save that. So it processes the video. It's got to put all the editing stuff in it. It's going to take a little bit to process it. Don't worry about doing the share yet, because when it's done, you'll be able to share it then. So once it processes and it does my zoom and adds my text and it does my clipping and any cropping I did, then it's going to create the video and it's going to put it into my Google Drive. So now the video has been saved in Screencastify folder in my Google Drive. So I could view it, share it, whatever I want there. I can just close this, because I know that when I go to my Google Drive in my Screencastify folder, and I know that it was just edited, so I can go look for my Brooks R, and here it is, edited clip 12-1 MP4. So there's my video. So now I can take that and I can turn it into Google Classroom, or I can share it, whatever I want. Now, when you load this is a video clip, and what you need to understand, video takes a lot of memory. That's why I say don't save it to your computer. And it takes a lot of memory, so it takes a while to transfer it. So when you load this clip into Google Classroom, when you click on it again, it'll say, do you want to download it? Because it doesn't have the clip. When you turn this in to Google Classroom, it doesn't send me the clip. It sends me a link to the clip. So when I click on it, I have to download it. Then I can watch the video clip. So when I post videos, sometimes it may open up and says, this is too big. Do you want to download it? And you have to say yes, you download it. Then it transfers the whole video file, and then you can open it. So this isn't going to happen right away. It may take a little bit of time to transfer it, but just know that when you load it, the whole video may not be there right away. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So when you're done with your recording and you've done your editing, then you're going to turn that into the Screencastify communications folder, so that I have it for Thursday to download it to show my kiddies. Questions on that? Everyone understand? You have an idea how to record with Screencastify? I'm going to stop